Hello, hello, we're back. I hope that you all went and got your good stuff together so that we could do the craft. I'm gonna let a few seconds here go, and that way I can maybe get some people to hop on, and the ones that want to follow along with me will have a little bit of time to collect your goodies and we can get going on it. So today's Friday. What do we have planned for the weekend? Myself, I have a whole lot of relaxing planned, and I don't have much on the book for that. Just hanging out. Well deserved to relax for this weekend and spend some time with my kids. So tell me what you're doing. You can comment below, regardless if you're watching now or if you're watching later. Even if it's not in the live and you're watching the replay, still comment below and let me know what you have going on this weekend. I'd love to know. If you're watching live, the way to tell is that you'll see a red live button that's in the top to let you know that you're watching me live. Otherwise, you're probably just watching the replay, which is okay too. This is a craft. You can go at your own pace. If you would rather just watch me do the craft and then do yours after, that's always something that you can do if that's how you work better. Some people like to do it the same time I'm doing it. That's cool too. So welcome everyone to our craft this Friday. It's almost August, can you believe it? The summer is kind of coming to an end in August. So what are some good things that you like to do at the end of summer? I do love fall, so I'm happy that that's around the corner, but I do love me some summertime too. Be outside and the warm air next to the water, preferably. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the camera around and we'll get started on the craft. Okay, if you have any questions as we go, just type them below and I'll do my best to keep up with them and answer any questions you may have. You can modify any of the crafts that I do on here with you. If you want to choose something different to work with, by all means, go right ahead. I just chose some things that I could pick up at the dollar store that were relatively inexpensive to do the whole craft with. I think for this craft, I spent about $5, $6 maybe. The 3 plates I got at the dollar store. I got the 2 candlestick holders at the dollar store. They do have Mod Podge. And then I just had some paper around here at the center that I'm gonna use. But you do not have to use paper or Mod Podge for this project. I just thought I'd add it in case somebody does wanna use that so that you could see how to do it the way that we're gonna do it. The super glue I also bought at the dollar store. So all of these items were relatively inexpensive, super easy project to do with you guys. So leave your comments for me below. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know what you want to see next, because we'll continue to do these as long as you guys like them and enjoy it. Also, we are supposed to open on August 3rd for our activities. So if you would like to do the activities that are listed in our newsletter, all you have to do is call the facilities, and the phone number is 269-279-8083. You can reserve your spot because there's a limited number of people that will be in the centers at any given time. So make sure if you want to do one of the activities that are listed in the newsletter, make sure you call and get your name put on for that activity so that you know you have a spot reserved, okay? Speaking of that, so we are slotted to open on August 3rd, which would be awesome. However, we are still playing it safe and erring on the side of caution. A definite decision will be made on Monday, July 27th, I believe is the date. If we are a go for opening or if we will have to push that back just a little bit further. So stay tuned for Monday's announcements. We will let you know either way if we're a go for August 3rd or if we're gonna push it back just a little bit further. So watch for that announcement, okay? Don't forget, you can call the centers to reserve your spots for the activities when we do open, okay? Right now, we are encouraging everyone to mail in your restaurant ticket purchases. However, we are open if you do need to come in and purchase those. So we are open from 8 to 4 for you to purchase those. And you do have to wear a mask. So anytime you will be in this building or the one in Three Rivers, you do need to wear a mask for everyone's safety. Yeah, so let's get started. If you have any questions, drop them below as we go, okay? Here we go, I'm gonna turn the camera. Just give me a minute here. Turn our light around. I wanna get it good enough so that you can see majority of what we're doing here. Okay. All right. So here's 2 of my plates. Here's my 3rd one. And this is my piece of craft paper, okay? It's double-sided, so I could use really either side, but I really like the yellow polka dots. So I'm gonna do this portion of the dessert tray first because it'll have to dry. So I'm gonna take my other 2 plates and just set them to the side. Okay, so this is just a charger that I got at the dollar store. And my paper right here is what I'm gonna Mod Podge. This is the part that you guys do not have to follow. If you happen to have some paper, tissue paper, or even an old napkin, it can be Mod Podged right onto here to make a little decoration onto the plate. So, super easy. I'm just gonna open up my Mod Podge and I'm just gonna pour a little bit onto the plate. And I'm gonna brush that around a generous amount. We wanna make sure that it's gonna stick. It dries clear, so you really don't have to worry about any glue popping through once you're complete and it dries. It'll be all clear, no worries. Okay, so I got a good amount here. I'm just gonna slap my paper right on it. It's okay if the glue isn't centered, it's fine, it'll dry clear. Okay, then I'm just gonna dump some more of my Mod Podge right onto that paper. And I wanna kind of, ooh, I just got it all over my finger. Hold it in place a little bit because it is still slippery under there. It might move around a little bit. So just brush it on. You can go around the sides to make sure you seal it. I might need a little bit more dumped on there. If you want to make sure that it stays extra tight on this plate and you worry about it a little bit, maybe if you have a thicker paper, a napkin or tissue paper is probably the easiest thing to use on this for the Mod Podge because it's so thin and it just soaks up that Mod Podge. So I'm just using the paper. It is a little bit thicker, so I want to make sure that I have enough on there so that it holds down tight. If you complete it and it does start to come up a little bit, the greatest thing about it is that you can just get your Mod Podge back out and just reglue whatever piece is coming up and it'll be all good. Okay, so I've put the Mod Podge onto my paper and the plate, and then I'm just gonna set this one to the side. If it doesn't completely dry before I need to put the candlestick holders on it, it's okay. We'll work it out. Okay. So for this part, excuse me, for this part, I'm gonna need my glue. If you have a glue gun, You can most definitely use that if that makes you feel better about the sturdiness of it. But I just have this super glue, the gel super glue. And I do have a glue gun here with me, but I'm only going to use the glue gun for one just to show you how to do it with a glue gun and the super glue. Okay? So here's your candlestick holder. For the top plate, I don't need a lot of security, so I'm gonna put the big base onto the plate, like so. Okay? So then once it's glued and you tip it over, the little portion will go onto the next plate. Okay, so this is my top plate. This is the smallest plate. Okay? So I'm gonna do this one first. Just be very careful with this glue. I'm already opened. So I just want to pop this top off. Okay. So pick up your candlestick holder and you want to put a decent amount of glue onto it since we are gluing onto a plate that is breakable. So just make sure you go along the outside of your candlestick holder. Give it a generous amount of glue, okay? And this is clear, so it'll dry clear. If you're not feeling too sure, you can use the glue gun. I'll show you that part after this one. Okay, now you just want to make sure that you have this glue nice and centered in this plate. Hold it down for a quick second. Hi, Alex. Hi, Susan. I got some fans here. What are you guys doing for the weekend? Okay. So I've got that one on. I'm just going to push that up to the front for a minute. So this one is going to glue onto this, okay? But I want it to sit there just for a hot second and let it dry for a minute, okay? Your other candlestick holder is going to go onto the plate on the bottom, the charger that I just put the paper on. This guy, okay? And for this one, I'm going to use the big end on the bottom, okay? So another cute idea is if you just put these onto a single plate, you have a cake holder. You can display a cake, cupcakes, cookies on just one plate. You don't have to tier it. If you want to stop at this part after you glue on your candlestick holder to that plate, you can. No worries. Okay, I'm going to take this glue and I'm going to glue on my next plate. So I want to make sure I get a generous amount again onto the smaller portion of the candlestick holder. I'm almost out of glue in this one. I did use this same tube for the display one that I made to show you guys the stuff you would need to do this craft. So it's almost gone, but one of these tubes will get you through this whole project. So I did bring them back up. Okay. For this part, you want to make sure your second tier plate goes on. Try to get it nice and center as you can. So I'm dipping down here so I'm eye level with it. to try to make sure that I can get it in the center of the plate as close as possible. Just hold it down for a minute. Let the glue dry a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that to dry for a minute. This one is gonna go on this plate. And this is the one I'm gonna try to use some super glue and the glue gun. So if you guys enjoy using the glue gun and feel like it works better for you, I'm just gonna use it on this one just to show you that also, okay? So I'm gonna use my little end. I've got my hot glue gun. And I'm just putting a few spots of this glue. It's hot, so be careful. Get my super glue. Ooh, I'm sorry. And then I'm just gonna put some spots of this. And trying to do it before the hot glue dries. It can be a little tricky. Okay. Try to get it as center as possible. Get down eye level to it if you can. Looks good. I'm just putting a little bit of pressure on it just to try to make sure it's gonna hold before I move it. So I'm working on it upside down. And I'm doing that because I'm letting the charger dry a little bit more. Okay. So I'm gonna tip it back right side up very carefully because I know that it's not fully dry. It's really gonna take all night for this glue to be completely secure because it is that super glue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this over as carefully as can be because I know my glue is still not completely dry. Okay, I'm gonna move this camera just a little bit so you can see what we've got going on. Now, if you wanted to keep it just a 2-tier, that's cute. That's cute, right? So you could keep it as a 2-tier display, or you can add your bottom plate, which is what we'll do. However, it is still drying, so I'm not gonna glue it while I have you guys on here. I'm gonna set it on here so you get the full look of what it's gonna be. But I'm just not gonna dry it yet because it is still wet with that glue. So all of this white glue that you see is gonna dry clear and you won't be able to see it at all. Thanks, Susan. I think you should probably make one. So I'll show you the one that I completed the other day. Super cute. I used different paper than I did on this one. You don't have to use the paper at all. It's totally fine. Use your creativity. I know if you use the napkins, all you have to do is take the second ply off of the napkin and you're good to go. I'm gonna flip this back around so you can see me. Okay, whew, I thought I lost you. Okay, so we got this glare on this light right here. I apologize. However, that's our craft. Super easy, not a lot of time. If you have all of your items that you're gonna need for the craft ready to go, it should probably take you like 10 minutes to complete. If you use the Mod Podge, you do have to let that paper dry and that glue dry before you do glue down your next section. But these are super cute. You can use them at any party that you're gonna have, or even just have on display on your counter. Some people could use it for muffins, cupcakes, cookies. If you just use the one tier, you could put a cake on it. So they're pretty cool. I'm excited about this craft, but let me know what craft you guys want to see next and we'll try to do it. If you are interested in doing the lighthouse craft, we will have a kit put together for you to pick up not next Friday. The first Friday in August. You can pick up those kits. You just have to call the facility or the centers and let us know that you want to have a kit and you want to do that craft. We will have one ready for you. There's going to be a limited amount that we will have. So if it sounds interesting and you want to do that craft, make sure you give us a call and get on the list to do that craft, and we will have the kit ready for you to pick up on Friday, okay? The first Friday in August. So I hope you all enjoyed my video here on Facebook. Like and share for me. I'm still new to this. I'm getting the hang of it slowly but surely. I can't wait to see all of your faces in person. It's been a while, but we're hanging in there. We all miss you, and we hope that you're doing well. If you have any questions, give us a call here at the centers. See you later. Have a good Friday and weekend.